Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. I have a 4 versus 4 for you. It is on the Cauldron, and while this map plays fantastically, has awesome little channels of access, divides up the play, very interesting team maps, I do believe that this is the most painful map to look at that I've ever seen in my life. I've done one cast on it before, and I made it through without my eyeballs running to the back of my skull in terror, so hopefully I can endure this awful green texture for one more round. I've been informed that this game is pretty hectic and quite fun, so hopefully we'll have a good time with it. On the northern side, we have System Failure, Dump Truck, Softly, and the ever magnificent Bringer of Noms. On the southern side, we have Commander Can. Pap Join? SWE. I'm going to call you Pappy. Steerborn, and last but certainly not least, Blowdeer, the potato that we all know and love. Alrighty, looks like pretty even team matchup, and we will just have to see where the game takes us. It looks like mostly land initially. We have first land all the way around, and first land all the way around the south as well. Do have an air factory in the works? No, we do not. I am misspeaking. There's one. An air factory planned for Steerborn. It looks like Can as well. And on the northern side, we have an air factory for Nombringer and for... Yes, there's one for Dump Truck. And we're going to see first bomber for Das Nombringer. Well, not first. First unit out of that air factory is going to be a bomber, immediately followed by a scout. And that bomber is going to tear its way down south, seeking out engineers to demolish, taking 2 there and circling back around for another pass. It is going to snag that one. 3 engineers. That bomber was worth the mass investment. It's going to deny some expansion to Blowdeer and kill off some build power. Ooh, that was a miss. Little engineer micro trying to evade that thing. Looks like not a whole lot of aggression took place on the southern team's part, other than Steerborn rushing up here to grab this plateau. Now this map is extremely broken up. Looks like a vicious mountain range. Ooh, little flashes everywhere. Lots of reclaiming engineers. This is a very strategic position because later in the game you can get mobile missile launchers, you can get Tech 3 mobile artillery, and just rain fire from the heavens upon whoever dares to trespass within your reach. And that is a little drop from Dump Truck, but there's obsidians here and air, and that's been spotted. Oh, nice. That can actually clear the pass there. That is going nowhere and going quickly. Alright, we have a Jester out for Nombringer. He is going to pop that mass extractor, the Tech 1 anti-air, and that Tech 2 engineer that Blowdeer had pushed to the front. Although, honestly, I don't think... Man, voice breaking. I don't think that point defense would have gotten anywhere because it would have just been firing into the ground right there on that ledge. A little bit of aggression here at the front. Softly was trying to get forward and overcharge these point defense. It looks like there is no radar coverage for Steerborn. Sadly ineffective point defense there. The commander will be able to overcharge those from out of reach. Lay down a radar. Must be, yes, that is a Tech 2, possibly Tech 2 gun ace. Ooh, wrong one. Tech 2 gun ACU. That is a Tech 2 gun ACU. Nice. UEF commander is a tough son of a gun when you get that combination, and he is able to hammer his way into just about anything. Got a little back and forth play over here on the left side. Really no decisive winner though. That is just a little struggle trying to play King of the Hill. Looks like both the right and the left side have decided to just leave it at a 50-50 split. Put forth a show of force, but really nothing is going to come of that. Still nobody trying to claim the left side mesa. I am surprised at that. Oh man, Softly is getting brave. Radar and Tech 2 point defense coming down. Got Engineer, blah 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 blah. I can't talk. Engineer dying to those Tech 1 tanks. And that Tech 2 power, I did not see whether that actually finished building or not. Doesn't really matter if it was built or if it was halfway building when it died. Nonetheless, that is a hard loss to take. Got Tech 2 Air out for Blodier, trying to push forward with a gunship or two, just one. Looking to claim the top of that hill. I don't think Softly is in a very good position at the moment. He is completely surrounded by units, although he does have full health. So as long as he can get over here to the left towards dump trucks units, he should be able to survive. However, there is not, yes there is, Mercies. He had a chance against just the units, but these Mercies are going to shred some health off of him. There's a veterancy. Very well timed. Takes another Mercy to the face. No anti-air in sight. And boom! Softly goes down before dump truck can get his interceptors down there. That is a hard loss. That is going to leave quite a bit of mass in Steerborn's front yard to reclaim, and a gaping hole in the northern side's defenses. Although you can see here, system failure has already dropped engineers down here and is reclaiming the base for all he's worth. Getting up some mass for these Harbingers that he's pushing. Harbies are the bane of the Tech 1, Tech 2 phase. Their strength is in the early Tech 3 stage. Once you get Percivals and Bricks out, the Harbies can't really compete with those. But right now, you can see these two guys, 12 kills and 18 kills, vetting right up, just demolishing pillars, strikers. We've got Tech 1 artillery here. As long as he keeps microing them around and keeping them out of reach of the stronger units, he will be able to clean up a whole lot of them. 22 kills, 31 kills, and 10 kills on those three Harbies over there. Nice to see, nice to see. Looks like we have a Tech 2 shield here for Steerborn. I would not be surprised in the least. Yes, there they are. Getting some mobile missile launchers out. Those flapjacks are going to start laying down some fire on these bases to the side here. Let's see. It looks like the southern team kind of missed out on an opportunity. The northern team did an extremely good job of locking down that hole that they had in their defenses and even pushing the offense over here. You can see what kind of damage the Harbingers bring about. Up till just a couple of minutes ago, Pappy had the most units on the field, I think. Just an enormous amount of T1 and T2 spam. And these Harbies here have cleaned all of it up. 57 kills, 36. That's just insane. 8, 3. I am sure that is a 5-vet Harb. Well done, system failure, kiting around with all those units. That is going to completely clean out that entire base. The southern team really needs to do something. There's a Percival out, here's another Percival, and trying to spam up some point defense here. I don't know how effective that is going to be, but we may be looking at a death here. Commander Can is in a bad position, gets a shield to himself, and boom goes the dynamite. Can is out of the game. That is 2 bases for the southern side. Only 1 death, but when you have someone completely cleaned out like this, that is just as hard to take. While you do have an ACU. Maybe. Nope. Not even the ACU. It is now 3 versus 2. Nombringer also has Tech 3 land. He's pushing Bricks to defend himself against these Harbs from Blodier. But I think Blowdeer has a sufficient numerical advantage to keep ahead of this. It looks like System Failure is trying to push a couple of Harbs over to help his buddy out, but I don't know how effective that is going to be. Harbinger's coming into Steerborn's base. A couple of overcharges and the help of that Tech 2 point defense. That is going to clean up those Harbs rather nicely, but he does need to do something drastic very quickly here in order to prevent his entire base from collapsing. Noms is having major issues with Harbies up here. System Failure as well. Tech 2 gunships going to try to solve the problem, but Harbies just have so much health to burn through. I don't know that Tech 2 gunships are going to be able to knock them out fast enough. We do have Bricks invading Blowdeer's space. He does not have enough Harbies concentrated in one spot to take those out. Barely going to get that one, and yet there is another one up here ranging that Tech 1 point defense and then coming in for a kill on that mass extractor. If he had not focus fired that, he may have had a chance of kiting and killing those Harbingers, but alas, it is not meant to be. Tech 2 point defense everywhere. Triads decorating Steerborn's base in the pattern that you would normally see for power generators. Who needs power? More triads. And it is working. I'm very surprised at that. Noms is losing his base completely. That was 2 Tech 2 power gens. He's got 3 bricks, but that is nowhere near enough to stop all these Harbies. His ACU is fleeing in terror over the mountains, trying to escape the Holocaust going on behind him. That is painful to watch. Blowdeer completely taking out the entirety of Nom's base. Noms is down to 2 mass extractors. I don't think he did. No, he doesn't even have RAS. He has 20 power income. He's surviving completely off of floating power from the rest of his team. That is a tough circumstance to be in. It looks like Steerborn is slowly but surely securing his ground with point defense and building drones now. I'm very surprised to see Turtle play like that. Well, no, I'm not. He's a Settons player. Settons players are always turtles, so this should not surprise me in the least. Blowdeer stocking up strap bombers, looking to take out some of these pesky T3 units that are still bothering his stuff, and I called it at the very beginning of the game. There's the Tech 3 mobile artillery. It's going to be raining pain down on that brick. And other units, various and sundry items, and even a... Nope, I thought that was possibly a spear. Crap. I missed an ACU death, but it is not hard to tell what killed him. That group of strap bombers there launched over here. There was not enough anti-air in place to take them down, and the Harbingers invading his space did not help at all. Alright, it is now 1 versus 2. System Failure with his massive, incredible, handy-dandy Harbinger spam. Although anti-air is a problem, that strap bomber is going to be killed off by the SAM in his base, and he is pushing Tech 3 mobile anti-air forward to try and cover his stuff. Noms is trying to get resource allocation and has a bit of things built over here, trying to get the reclaim from this base and get himself a foothold. Although it looks like Blowdeer is going to be having none of that. Pulling in with some engineers, picking a strange place to drop them, but I guess not. There is the Tech 1 point defense. He's going to lay in some, yeah, very, very large point defense spam, but it is going to be effective, building enough to wipe out the little bit of eco that Noms had left. Steerborn throwing up a Percy spam as hard as he can, driving back those Harbingers. The range and power of the Percys just completely overwhelms Harbies. Unless you can get a huge group like this in one spot, you have no hope of overcoming Percivals with Harbies. Looks like those Harbies are going to go north. With that many, there should be no problem whatsoever killing off those Tech 1 point defense and just completely swarming that location. Percival's coming forward here. I'm going to trample right into the range of Tech 1 point defense, slowly going to eat away at those Percivals. and may put a stop to it, but I doubt it. He needs to focus fire those point defense before something bad happens. But alas, it is not going to. I'm trying to decide. No, Noms is running, so I don't think he will die to that. Well, never mind. He has a transport. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Maybe? No? Move! No! And the transport just sits there on the ground and gets shot down by Bloatier. I am disappointed. That was an epic fail if ever there was one. You had the transport, you had the lead, just basically sat there and died. So sad. So sad. And that's going to leave all of these Harbies a nice little inlet into Steer's base, although he does have Rambo comms. Those are going to be able to deal quite easily with Harvey spam and do so mass effectively, although just too many Harbies. It killed several, but not nearly enough. Hopefully the Triad spam will save Steerborn's butt. We're going to have to see. He gets another Rambo comm out that will help him greatly. Oh, he lost his power. That is not good at all. Power stalling hard. He's going to try to rush that T3 gen up as fast as he possibly can. He needs the power for the shields on those Rambo comms. That is the strength of the Rambo comm, is its immense shield. And that Galactic Colossus just walked right into Percival's. That makes me sad. Percival's overpower basically anything else on the land. Walking directly into a group of 20 plus of them is not an ideal situation. And the Harbies are going to break to the right. Hopefully their speed will be enough to get them down here. Steerborn is spamming T3 gens like there's no tomorrow. These Harbies need to get down into the base. There's another GC coming forward up there. Come on, come on, kill the power, kill the power. Steerborn has to be having a panic attack right now. He's overflowing 9K, was overflowing 9K power though. He's going to lose 3 gens and still be 1600 plus, and he's building 3 more power generators. That is quite the good situation to be in. He now has overbuilt power and what, 35 T3 units worth of mass sitting in his base. I would love to have his problems right now. He can basically build anything he wants out of that. So many drones. Some of you may not know, but since the last balance patch, drones can no longer be attacked by ASF, although they can be hit by Tech 1, Tech 2 air, and any land-based anti-air. That includes Tech 1 and Tech 2, the flak and direct fire, as well as the new Tech 3 anti-air units, and anything stationary. So drones are somewhat of an easier, a better place to put your mass. They're still horribly mass inefficient as far as their actual build power goes. But at least you don't have to worry about ASF fire wrecking your base, wrecking your shields, and tearing up your eco because you're rebuilding all of those stupid drones that just died in that attack. The Galactic Colossus is going to break right and draw the fire of both of these Rambo comms and all these Percivals. There is no way in hell that that GC is surviving. It is going to take down 1 Rambo comm, maybe 2, maybe. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Nope. Oh well. But it did manage to suck up most of the Percivals and draw away the fire enough for these Harbies to get back into the base and start laying down some hurt on the eco down here. But kiting not going to work out so well for him. Pulling right. Oh, strap bombers. Strap bombers. Nope. Nope. Come on, Steerborn. I know you know how to dodge. Running directly for the shield, beginning construction on another Tech 2 shield, trying to pull the fire away. He's going to take another bomb to the left shoulder. And, Apparently gonna take some more to the face, and there he goes. Steerborn has been defeated. Impressive job, Noms, rebuilding your base up here, by the way. Not really paying a whole lot of attention to what's going on the north side, but kudos to you, sir. Well, that is game. Well done to both teams. Very, very action-packed game, and I feel like I caught about 90% of it, so we're good, people. That is another speed run done and completed. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Check out the other casts on my channel, please, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I will see you guys later.